What's the next stage of human evolution? What are chakras and how are they linked to evolution? Let's talk about it. In our last video, we looked at the fourth dimension from the perspective of time and space. This was only one way of looking at it, from the perspective of the brain, or we could say from the perspective of the left brain. The left brain interprets through logic, analysis, and language. It is linked to wisdom and intelligence. Throughout our evolution journey, we will learn that there are always two perspectives, that of the brain and the heart. The heart is connected to the right brain and is linked to the soul. It interprets through intuition, imagination, senses, and emotion. The right brain generates our creativity. As we ascend into higher dimensions, we will learn to balance the two perspectives. The chakra system is a right-brained or heart concept. We will touch again on the fourth dimension from this perspective. The chakras were first cited in the Vedas, a series of Hindu hymns from approximately 1500 to 1000 BCE. The word chakra literally translates to wheel in Sanskrit, the ancient language of India. It is an energetic sphere-shaped vortex whose life force can be balanced or imbalanced. The energy in each chakra is composed of our thoughts, emotions, and memories, affecting us on every level of our being. There are 7 major chakras that span from the base of our spine to the crown of our head. They take on the colours of the light spectrum, starting from red, the fractal of the light spectrum with the longest wavelength, travelling at the lowest speed, oscillating at the lowest frequency. The frequency increases and the wavelength shortens as we move up the light spectrum or up the chakras. The root chakra is located at the base of our spine and is associated with existence and maintaining existence. Some say it is the I Am chakra. This chakra represents the first dimension. 1D entities are what was called elements in ancient times: minerals, fire, water, earth, and air. A balanced root chakra is manifested in stability and security. Imbalance leads to fear and anxiety. The next level up is the sacral chakra. It is located below the navel, where our reproductive organs are. It is associated with reproduction and survival. An imbalanced sacral chakra can lead to sexual dysfunction, addictions, greed, and lack. A balanced sacral chakra manifests in abundance, balanced sexual urges, trust, and contentment. This chakra represents the second dimension. Lower 2D entities are plants. Higher 2D entities are animals that are driven by instinct. The third chakra is the solar plexus, which is located below the chest. It is related to the self. In dimensions, it is the first stage of self-awareness, where the entity realizes their individuality from other beings and that they have needs outside of survival, like a need to feel safe, a need for connection to other humans or nature. At this level, the entity is beginning to know themselves. This is why you may have heard the expression, know thyself. This is the start of third dimensional understanding. To know your own needs and wants, an imbalanced sacral chakra can lead to selfishness, the use of manipulative and controlling tendencies to obtain one's wants and needs. This can sometimes lead to depression when those wants and needs are not met, or when we cannot decipher our wants and needs or act upon them. A balanced sacral chakra is a person that has self-awareness and at high levels the awareness of others' needs. Now, we move on to the heart chakra, which is associated with love and connection. It is a representation of the fourth dimension. The right-brained or spiritual way of interpreting the fourth dimension is that this is the dimension of love. At lower 4D, we become aware of the space around us and the inhabitants of that space. On Earth, this is other humans, animals, and nature. The third dimension was the awareness of self. The fourth dimension is the awareness of others. Out of love for others, we acknowledge their needs and wants and think about how our needs and wants may impact their well-being. In this fourth dimensional way of thinking, we strive for equality and harmony, balancing our needs with the needs of others so that all can benefit. This facilitates unity, connection, inclusion, and trust. This is the first step back to source, which is the energy within all things, and thus all is one. We are all one, as source is within us all. we can see that not only does humanity experience the space and time aspect of the fourth dimension, but we also experience the love and connectivity part, although some more than others. We jump between the fourth and third dimension every second of every day through our thoughts and actions. Humans have only in the past 40 years started to tip the scale towards 4D more frequently than that of 3D. We have only just begun to be nice to each other, and thus, we are on the precipice of evolution to the fifth dimension. An imbalanced heart chakra can lead to hatred, jealousy, isolation, selflessness, to the point of low self-esteem and lack of confidence, being overly emotional, over-empathic, and emitting overbearing love. A balanced heart chakra is manifested in love for others and yourself equally, joy, not needing validation from others, self-belief, and emotional intelligence. The blue fifth chakra is located in the throat. It is associated with wisdom, expression, and communication. An imbalanced throat chakra leads to shyness, fear of public speaking, not speaking the truth, and not expressing how you feel. The opposite of these can also indicate an imbalance like speaking too much, overly sharing, and arrogance. A balanced throat chakra is manifested in wisdom, knowing the appropriate things to say and when to say them, speaking the truth, and the ability to express your feelings. The throat chakra represents the fifth dimension, which is the dimension of wisdom and knowledge. In the fifth dimension, you learn the laws of the universe and how to apply them. You learn the scientific and the intuitive aspects of these laws. You learn how to develop your senses, to cultivate extrasensory abilities like telepathy, telekinesis, clairvoyancy, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience, and clairagency. You learn how to travel through time, other countries, and locations using your astral body. You learn the truths of the universe that were hidden from you in the third dimension. At lower levels of 5D, you are just becoming aware of these concepts. You are just becoming aware of your extra senses. You are only just beginning to understand about energies, frequencies, how everything is connected, and how they operate. You have just established connection to the field of consciousness that is the network connected to all living things. You are starting to absorb small bits of knowledge from this field, which increase as your mind and beliefs become more entrenched in the fifth dimensional way of thinking. During your fifth dimensional experience, you will begin to attract or be attracted by like-minded souls. You will feel drawn to certain locations where you will meet these people. This is the groundwork for the formation of your sixth dimensional soul group, which we will discuss in the next segment. At high levels of fifth dimension, you have mastered your extrasensory abilities. You no longer need to eat or sleep as you absorb energies from the sun or minerals like crystals. You are also getting to the point where you no longer need a physical body. Your DNA structure has already changed to a crystalline body form, and you are now about to evacuate the body to become a mind-spirit complex. The sixth chakra is in the pineal gland, a pinecone-shaped endocrine gland located in the center of the brain. From the outside, this is located on your forehead, in between your eyebrows. This is why Buddhist teachings state that it is your third eye. It represents intuition in Buddhist ideologies. It is a balancing of the fourth and the fifth dimensions, the balancing of heart and brain or love and intellect. The third eye chakra represents the sixth dimension. In the sixth dimension, the pursuit is balance and harnessing the powers of love and intellect to create. In the sixth dimension, you become an architect of realities. You are starting to see the benefits of exchanging your individuality for unity to create on a larger scale with like-minded others. In the sixth dimension, you no longer experience or act alone. When you transition over from a fifth dimensional incarnation into the afterlife or astral realm, you decide to connect with other like-minded souls to incarnate together as a group, with a specific mission in mind. For example, the mission could be helping lower dimensional planets like Earth to evolve. None of you have bodies, it is more like a harmonic melding of souls to form one energy or one entity. For example, when channelers speak to sixth dimensional beings, they are speaking to one entity made up of many different souls. The group of souls may choose to bring forth certain souls to speak for the group. This is why there are biblical references to angels that refer to themselves as we, although physically they appear to be one being. In 6D positive, Most missions are centered around altering the realities of planets to help them to evolve. If sixth dimensional beings choose to incarnate into a body, they incarnate into a planet to alter their reality, to change their direction, and put them back on a path to positive evolution. You could call them time travelers if you wanted to think of this from a 3D perspective. They see all future probabilities and thus can take corrective action. There are many of these time travelers that have entered different planets and have been paramount to their process of ascension. We have had a few ourselves on Earth. Back to chakras. An imbalanced third eye chakra can lead to a lack of creativity, a lack of awareness of spirituality, and disassociation from reality. A balanced third eye manifests as spiritual understanding, an open mind, creativity, and clarity of thoughts. The final chakra is the violet seventh chakra. It is located at the crown, right in the center of the top of your head. The crown chakra is associated with higher consciousness and divine connection. This is the dimension of the angels. We can only explain it by this analogy. It is like crossing over from being Source's child to actually starting to become Source. It is a gateway chakra. An imbalanced crown chakra can lead to disconnection from the spiritual, disregard for the sacred, cynicism, and hubris. Still, with no physical body and still working within groups, seventh dimensional beings are capable of creating planets. They create the life forms on each planet, the dimensions of that planet, and the astral realms connected to that planet. I will explain astral realms and the different races of angels in depth in other videos. They create constructs to help souls have experiences and hold planets in energies to achieve certain purposes. They don't usually incarnate, but they can project a vision of themselves to you while awake or in your dreams to help you balance energies in your life. They can speak to you subconsciously or consciously. There are other dimensions, but we will stop here with the dimensions represented by the chakras. I hope that this video has helped you to understand a bit more about human evolution and the significance of the chakras. If you want to learn more about these topics, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, namaste.